Welcome to the Lily Pad Podcast. My name is April, your host. Okay, was that not the cutest little jingle ever? I thought it was. So, Happy New Year. I hope you all had a fantastic New Year's Eve. And I want to hear all about it. All the details. Email me your stories and your shenanigans and your New Year's resolutions. April at thelilypadpodcast.com or thelilypadpodcast@gmail.com. So this particular episode was supposed to be a segment in the 100th episode. Sarah was here, my cousin Chris was here, and we had such a good time that day. And the conversation ended up being about, I don't know, I think it was like an hour and a half. Excuse me. I decided to just leave it as a full episode so it would be the first one for this year, which it is going to be. But I feel that I need to give you full disclosure as to what happened. I had a little technical difficulty, and I have to do some digging because I don't know the why. Why did this happen? So I have a Rodecaster Pro, and I absolutely love this thing. And I was transferring the file onto my laptop. Everything looked fine. And typically, I open up the file that gets transferred onto the computer to make sure it's all set before I delete anything. Well, I did not do that this time, and I was full of regret because I deleted it off the Rodecaster, and when I finally got to this file to do some editing, only 57 minutes is there. So at the very end of this, you're going to hear like a weird noise, and then you're going to hear me again. So part of that audio got completely just, I don't know, it's in limbo somewhere. But that's okay. My favorite part of the episode, which is included in the clips, I have it's about 6 minutes worth of clips. They're posted on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. My favorite part of the show is it kept making me laugh so hard. This particular part of the show is in the clips, and it's why I named this episode Darth Fauci. So, Star Wars fans rule, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Lily Pad. Welcome back to the Lily Pad Podcast. My name is April, your host. Now today, we have my girl Andy, who hasn't been here actually in the last couple of segments.
Well,
you've been slacking. And to my right, cousin Quiz.
Damn work.
Hello.
Hello.
So we were just discussing a very interesting topic, so let's try to rewind if we can.
Good luck.
I know, because we're old. That's actually the topic.
Shh. Has something to do with being old.
No, it's not the numerical age. It's the mileage.
The
Okay.
mileage is true. Now, you had mentioned you were listening to the radio, and you put on a station.
Oh yeah. Well, I wouldn't say I put on the station. I was on Seek, and then it ends up landing on a station, and I was like, "Oh, great! Go-Go's a playing." Takes me back to high school, and then all of a sudden it's like, "Yeah, that was a classic." I'm like, "Classic? Are you for real?
We're classic.
How old am I?"
You're old, dude.
Thank you.
I'm right behind you, though. Just by a few years.
I just couldn't believe it. It's like everything. It's so hard to get my head around that between Go-Go's, Duran Duran, Culture Club, all these. Yeah. Okay. Billy Idol.
Well, he still kicks ass, though.
Of course he does.
That's Billy.
The Police. They still kick ass. And
yes.
All these great bands, and they're considered classics now.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Hold on.
It
I got to
kills
shut the
me.
fan off. It's making too much.
Yeah, they definitely are classics, according to, like, ROR.
Yeah, see, it's stuff like that. That aggravates the hell out of me. I was like, all right. And not because, well, I mean, you look at the age. It's what? The music is over 30 years old.
Yep, so are we.
Right? And, I'm past that.
Oh, we're well over 30.
Yeah, you kidding me? I got parts of me that are like creaking now. It's just, no. I can tell
know
the
that
warranty
creak.
on me is over. It's done. So,
Oh, it's not extended anymore?
oh, no.
Actually, my doctor always says that you can get to 50. He's like 75. He's like 50 is like you're lucky to that point, and then after that, the warranty's over. Everything just starts to go down.
My philosophy
Everything's
is
on void.
it's when you turn 40, it's like your car hitting 100,000 miles.
Oh, yeah, it's
Shit
tough.
starts to surface.
Yes, it starts to surface.
Things start to show themselves. I'm like, oh no.
Yep.
I'm at 100,000 miles.
You can feel it
You can.
immediately.
Did you see? Oh, you didn't see me walking down the stairs.
No, I
Oh no,
Both of my knees are junk.
really I only have one junk knee.
Oh, no.
Well,
both
I got
of
you
mine.
beat.
I was ahead of him, so I didn't see what he was doing.
Yeah, thank God, because I was walking down the stairs. I'm going, oh. And I thought it was because of the accident. Nope.
Is that a problem amongst your fam?
Yeah,
The knee
yeah.
thing?
We have arthritis.
Oh, we
in the
have
family.
neck and shoulder.
We're hips,
We have this.
knees.
It's all here.
and fat. Oh, maybe that's just me.
No, we have fat too. I think it's across the board.
Oh, yeah. I remember when
It
I
just
was
kind
like,
of is in every family.
I remember when I was like, 5'10" at 155, 160 pounds. Now I don't even look at the numbers. It's like,
Don't
no.
look.
I hit a high score.
I look
No,
down, I can't see the scale.
I don't even want,
Don't look. Just don't look. I don't look.
I was making a really bad fat joke. I'm kind of glad you guys didn't acknowledge it. Did you go looking at me like I didn't say? I said I look down. I can't even see
You're
the
gonna
scale.
repeat
and then she's going to repeat it.
Of course I'm gonna repeat it.
Seriously, what are you trying
Of
to get
course
some
I
kind
am.
of feedback?
Well, yeah, I like the response.
I really like that.
Although I
That
did like
Star
the
Wars
same
thing
blank
over there.
look that you guys glared at me when I said it the first time.
Well, I was kind of pissed that you were even mentioning it.
Why? I always
Because
make fun
I
of
hate the
myself.
scale. I don't talk about it.
Well, we all know about scales and how honest they are.
Yeah, so honest, especially the one you bought.
That's why I said it.
Hey, let's see if we get other things.
The
You know what
one that
screen's
you
gonna
bought that everybody and all the social media
Fit track.
like all the what do they call those people?
It's 50-50 with
Wait,
that
what
scale.
do they call those people?
Influencers.
Oh, my
You know,
God.
this,
I wanna be an
no, that was
influencer.
the Fit scale. It's on everyone.
Fit track.
That's their thing. They all have it up, and hers wasn't even tracking correctly.
No. Oh, no. This is why I didn't have knee surgery in July.
Yeah.
I'm way fatter than my scale was telling me. My scale was being nice to me.
It was like 10 pounds off. No, but it wasn't even like a
no,
little
no.
bit.
30 pounds
Oh,
off.
it was 30.
God bless it. What did you do? Did you
So-
say good scale, good scale? Did
No,
you buy
well,
a
you know what
Christmas
it
gift?
is?
What?
Before I buy anything that's like over $50 on Amazon, I read reviews.
Okay.
Always. Okay. So, what last summer, when I was doing a lot more walking, a friend of mine has this scale and swore by it. I'm like, okay, well, that's a good review. I trust his opinion. So I buy it. It's like $80.
It's not cheap.
And I bought it. I started using it like that September. And at first, I think it was working okay because it was. And then early spring, and I remember saying this to Jeff, I said, something's off. Now, when they always tell you to listen to your gut, and I have a lot of it, listen to it. I'm looking at what the scale is telling me, and I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm like, that does not jive. That's not, you just know, and you know your body. I'm sorry. At this point, we know our bodies enough, at least I think so. And so I kept questioning it. And
She did. She would say something. She'd be like, she's like, I can't believe how low it's saying it is.
And I don't
well, maybe
see it.
it is. Maybe you just can't tell.
I'm like,
kidding.
I don't see it, but I'm like, I've been using the same scale. No one else has used it. It's been down here. I used it once a week, maybe twice.
We're supposed to do it once a week.
So I started getting gel injections, and I started doing physical therapy to get my legs stronger for my partial knee replacement because, whatever. All that was set up. I go for the pre-admission over at the hospital, and they put me on the scale, and I was like, well, that's not what mine says. And then everything made sense.
Your face during that time.
I was pissed. I made them put me on a different scale. We went on 2 different scales, and I said, well, my scale's definitely not right. Mm-hmm. And they said, well, what do you mean? She asked me what my scale said, and I told her. She goes,
Mine has a conscience.
she looked at it. I said, mine felt bad for me, apparently, and has been lying to me for months. And I was like 30 pounds heavier than what I thought I was.
She was livid.
I cried in the car.
Yep.
I got pissed
Text
off.
me like these. I get the longest texts. Like she didn't even call. Normally she calls. She was so upset she must not have been able to call.
I couldn't talk
and it
to
just
anybody.
kept going and going and going. I was like, oh my God, she's going to kill. That scale is going to get beat the shit out of.
Do you remember Office Space?
Yes.
I took that thing out to the field and beat it with a hammer
That
and
is
a
awesome.
bat.
I love that scene.
While
in
that song was
movie.
playing in
with the
that.
copy,
It's the
with the printer.
best. Yeah, it's
What, does
Beastie
it feel
Boys in
good
the
to be a
background, isn't
gangster?
it?
That's what I played.
Yep.
Slow motion and everything. I really wish I did that, actually. That would have been
Such a-
priceless.
you could have done that.
I should have done that. But I threw it out, and then I had gone onto Amazon because it was way after I got it, so I wouldn't have gotten anything anyway. But I put a review on it, but I looked at all the reviews, and I saw 50-50. Some people loved it, swore by it, and a lot of people hated it. A lot of them for the same reasons I did. It was inaccurate. It didn't work properly. I'm like, inaccurate?
Yeah, but you also know why the people putting like 5 stars and really loved it. Oh, I love this scale.
I love it so much.
Well, it was probably made in China, so you get a 50-50 chance it's going to work
Yeah,
anyway.
it's in kilograms. No, that
I
wouldn't work
tried
for you
resetting
either.
that. I tried looking at all that. There was, I just, unless I missed something on it, but I had.
No, hun, they're just not made well. Like just
I know
because they're
that.
charging $80
No.
doesn't mean they're probably paying like $10.
No,
a
I
scale.
agree because
Yeah,
most
no
stuff
kidding,
most stuff that is made at all today is made like
Because
crap.
it's not made in America.
Damn straight.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I wasn't surprised that it was made like crap.
Oh,
but
I
what
know.
I'm saying is I had somebody who verified for me that
Right,
it was
but theirs
working.
was the one that when it got put together
probably
by
the one.
I'm not going to say what I want to say because
You
it'd be
don't.
considered offensive.
Now, mind
even
you,
that seems
that
a lot.
it is a lot. But even that, so that day when I came home from the hospital, I had purchased another scale, a fraction of the price, and I said, "Well, let's just see." And it matched the hospital. I'm like, "All right, you stay."
I use the shipping scale at work. The one they weigh
shipping
pallets.
scale.
It's accurate. I know
Yeah.
it's accurate because it has to be for them. When they're shipping
God,
stuff
yeah.
out, they have to be dead accurate.
Mm-hmm.
I get on that scale and go, okay, I can verify that. The last time I got on the scale, the one I have at the house, which I haven't even seen in about 10 years, it said get off. I'm not just get off. And I mean, when that when it looks like a tachometer, when you get on it, it goes,
Yeah.
wham, you're done.
Yeah,
It's like,
you are
don't
done.
even-
You are done.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm
it's
finished.
funny. It's really sad. But yeah, that was an interesting. But then as you know me, and you know me, I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. I was not supposed to have surgery last year.
No,
Whatever that reason may be,
Yep.
it was not meant for me to have it done last
It
year.
wasn't good to
I
anybody
agree.
to have surgery last year.
Yeah.
So that
I
kind of
had
bumps
that.
you right
I
off.
had surgery last year. Actually, in like
I'm having surgery next year. A while later.
my anniversary of my surgery is in a week.
Oh,
You gonna have
right.
a party?
We could.
Maybe because in some ways it was bad, in some ways it was really
She
good.
had foot surgery.
This thing,
Oh.
this terrible foot. It still hurts.
I'm sure.
It still has metal that sticks out the top, so I don't think it's supposed to.
Yeah.
You have metal. Mm-hmm. You have a plate. Mm-hmm. Oh, she's like me. She's got extra added parts.
Oh, I have a titanium cage too,
Really?
right here.
Wow.
I blew out a disc.
Why
in
do I not know that? Did you
2018.
tell me that?
Uh,
Titanium cage would be
I
something I,
have
would
a
remember.
fusion, one fusion, 5/6 in my neck. So I had
Jeez.
I always had like neck issues, so it was probably it was degenerative anyway. But like, I went to amusement park that I think we all know the name of, and I can't say on here, but
Is it still around?
because I think I actually blew up my neck on one of the rides there.
Oh, you don't want to blame.
And I never said that it was from that reason when I actually went to the doctor. So I was just like,
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean-
why it keeps hurting.
But you know what? It's not like you're actually filing any
Yeah,
claims.
but my kids all work there too.
Oh,
You know where I'm talking about, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Action Park.
Yes.
No, I'm only kidding.
Yeah. yeah.
As
So
the
I
new
had to have
documentary
it.
is
So
Class
I had
Action
that in
Park.
December. I had like by
Yeah.
October, the guy was like, "Well, the only thing I can do is actually replace it completely with a cage." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "There's nothing else." He's like, "Nope, that's it." I'm like, "Okay, great.
Good Lord.
When is that going to happen?" He's like, "I can schedule you on bling bling bling."
it's so funny. Like when we've been talking about being old and all these health issues. That's how you know you're old when you're talking about cholesterol medicines and blood pressure and all my
God
replacements and I got plates in here and this and that. But like 20 years ago, it was just like, God, dude, I was up till 4, and this was great.
I wiped out
Now
my
I'm like
bike. I got up
4
and walked
a.m.
away, man. It was so cool.
The only reason I'm getting
I trip over a pair of slippers and I'm crying.
and
got lit last
now
night.
you're waking up at 4 a.m. instead of staying up till 4 a.m.
Although for me, I'm
that-
staying up until 2.
I'm doing that every day. I swear to
get-
God.
I mean, also
get
because
up-
you're going to work,
I
but,
am
like,
up
yes.
at 4. I sleep. I've had problems sleeping for the past few years.
Yeah.
So I'll go to bed at 9. I'll pass the hell out. 2:30, 3 o'clock, I'm up. Not to do anything else, just looking at the clock. What the hell's wrong with me? 4 o'clock, I get up, go to work. I am there for 5.
I did that on Saturdays when I worked in
And I
Brighton.
stay there until 3:30. When I get home, I'm like, it's like I'm hoping that I just working the extra hours, which is helping me financially, but
Yes.
working the extra hours will knock me out so I can sleep the whole night. Nope.
Really?
Nope. I'm still getting. It's like, yeah, as you get older, you want to get up early.
It's the truth.
You know
I do
how many
hate
hot
that.
air
I admit
balloons
that.
I've seen fly over my house on the weekends in the
Hot air
summertime?
balloons?
Yes, I live in Salem,
Yeah.
and I live close to the Walmart in Salem.
Yeah.
As a crow flies, not by street, but I live close by them.
Yep.
There is a balloon club, and they launch their balloons in the summertime.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, and you can hear them. Like 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning.
doing
In the
it?
morning. You get the windows open, nice summer morning.
Wow.
All of a sudden here,
You sound just like
you
them.
hear it. It's like,
I'm blowing up.
that's all you hear.
Really?
Because of the jet for the hot,
you
to
ever
make
been-
the hot air.
Have you ever been in one?
No. Me and
I
Heights
hate
don't
heights
get
that
along.
We don't get along either.
Me and Heights don't get
Yeah.
along.
They
Yeah,
look
no,
nice,
neither
but
do
I
I.
won't do it.
You know, but I mean, it's
not
like
interested.
all of a sudden, I actually did this a couple times. Got a cup of coffee, sat out in front of my house because we have a little patio set out there. Sat out there and just waited. And you see them come over the trees.
Oh,
and
that
they
must
come
be cool.
Over the house. So every once in a while, they look down. If they're close enough, they will wave. Like, you know,
Nice.
look at me. Don't throw anything. You know,
Yeah. Don't drop that.
I think I've seen those balloons.
yeah, the one with the smiley face balloon.
I've seen a few of them, actually, I think, at this point. I think in New Hampshire, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause
that's
if I'm at
from
the
the same
gym, I
club.
can see them in the morning.
Yeah.
On like a Sunday.
Yeah, on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So get up on a Sunday morning.
No,
go sit
true.
outside
Like if
and
I've
watch it.
left yoga, they're like over near San.
Oh, that's
like
right. 'cause
near there.
Yep.
She gets up early to go to exercise.
Yeah, I got to drive.
That's not a bad place.
It's expensive, but
Is it nice though? Is it worth it?
it's worth it if you go. I think because they're pretty motivating.
She's done really well for herself.
And they
have to,
moved
like-
into the compound now, right?
They did. They're there. Yeah, they're there.
Yeah, I still
There's
have
so much shit going in there. Still,
a lot.
there's still a
lot.
hotel.
Get out.
There's
Is
a
there?
Yeah, he's putting in right now. It's called the Artesian something or other.
Okay.
It's
Mass
supposed to be. It's
General.
supposed to be wicked high end.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mass General's going over there, or a location of Mass General.
Chick-fil-A's opening very shortly.
Oh, they
take,
are putting a
That'll
chick-
take the heat off Methuen.
Well,
God.
yeah.
Well, I DoorDash, and the Methuen one is tough.
We door dashed. I kind of tagged along. I was her side chair,
I work full time and I DoorDash and a tutor.
and I'm unemployed, collecting nothing, and I live like a bum.
It's okay. We still love that about you.
It's okay.
So much fun.
Not for
Besides,
long.
No, not for long is right.
No, I have a question
Uh-oh.
for both of you. Sarah won't be surprised when I bring this up.
No,
So-
I'm not selling my house.
Damn it. Oh well, if you do, let me know.
Hey, yeah,
Wow. Damn it.
But no,
I tried to
So-
pop that balloon, but no.
there is some parts of the show, like I'm trying to put new aspects and some twists on the show
Oh,
for
yeah,
the new
yeah, yeah.
year. And there's a segment that I like to call "Making Sarah Eat or Drink Something That She's Never Tried Before," or vice versa.
So you're her guinea pig.
Usually it's
No,
me.
but
Yes.
today
No,
it's going to be
Mark.
you and her. And I was
Awesome.
hoping that I could convince you both to have a cup of the mushroom coffee. Remember, I told you I was going to make you try it.
Oh, God, really? You're really going to make me drink
Yes,
this?
I would love to do that. I'll have some with you. I have this thing called
What kind of mushrooms?
like a million, it seems. on
not the
back.
good kind.
Oh, all right.
Not that
All right,
kind.
Not
screw
that
it, I'll
kind of
try it
mushroom,
anyway.
Chris.
Wait, Chris apparently never he never listened to the podcast with the chips.
I made her eat jerk chicken chips, BLT chips. No, actually, there were none of those
No,
left.
It was like mango.
Apparently, you didn't listen to the podcast either,
no.
April.
It was
no, there was 3 flavors, but I ate all the BLT
Mango
ones.
something was
She
one
had the
of them.
mango chili and the jerk chicken chips. They're disgusting, and I made her eat them. It was the funniest
Awesome.
thing ever.
chips should never taste like chicken. That's
No.
just like a big.
But I
fat
hate to
no-no.
say it. Did it not? It did taste like chicken, though. I'm just
It
saying.
was no. It was even weirder. It was disgusting. It was. I don't
It
even
was
know what
actually
it
really
was.
gross. It tasted nothing like chicken. It was like
We
the
didn't even know what it
smoky.
was.
Did you see Nike on the side of the chips?
No, but they probably wanted it. Yes, it's probably related.
Lord.
But no, it was
related.
it was an interesting non
No, but it was Lay's,
Lays.
Lay's?
which of
Oh,
course they're in
fine.
trouble. Labor.
You
things.
should have seen the notification. I think I might have put that as part of the clips on the YouTube channel. You said you listened to.
Yeah, I do. I've been running around. Well, lately, in the past few weeks, I've been listening to court cases.
Oh, that's fun.
It,
I
fills
like
the
them.
void.
Some of them are
Some of them are interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's Law and Crime page on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I listened to the entire Kyle Rittenhouse trial.
It was interesting.
Live.
It was interesting.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
It was amazing. It was like, God, this is great. And it's like, and it's cool. I don't even have to watch it. I could just listen to it while I'm working.
Yeah, you can still tell what's going on. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah. It's all audible anyway. We're bringing Kyle. Let's take Kyle, take the stand. I'm like, oh, this ought to be good. Here we go.
Oh, Jesus.
The whole thing was really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
The prosecution made some serious errors.
When I started watching the trial, or when I was listening to the trial, I thought that attorney was his. I swear. Those kind of questions like...
I know. I was like, are you sure?
Huge,
no,
dude.
it wasn't. Yeah, they've screwed up a lot. I don't know why. You would think they would be so much more vigilant.
Listening to that was hysterical because you could... Then I started, when I realized who he was, I was listening to the trial, and I'm like, this guy is grasping at every straw he can find. And I'm like, and so you did wake up that morning, right? Yep. And you had eggs. Yes.
And you had eggs.
Is this really important?
It was silly.
So you tied your shoes from left to right or right to left?
He literally tried to follow every little thing he did.
And then when did you go to the bathroom and relieve yourself?
And show the intent. He goes, whatever. So basically, you shot him when he was trying to hit you. Yes.
No, it wasn't just... Yeah. No. When he was trying to hit you.
So he was trying to hit you when you hit him.
He was assaulting you?
Yes.
So you're saying it's self-defense?
Yes. And it was just like, dude, real... Boy, are you going to get a lashing when you go back to your office when this is over.
I know, right? I mean, because they really were expecting him to do a good job.
Yeah. I mean...
They were, whoever the powers that be were like, this guy, he's going to do it. He's got this.
Yeah, it's just that it's like, I think the powers that be were trying to make something out of it because there was so many eyes that were looking at it but weren't saying the right shit. But there was so many people, and the media was looking at it in such a way...
Everyone was.
They thought that they were going to follow through with it, but you could the way both of those attorneys were going at it for the prosecution. You could tell they knew going into it.
It wasn't going to go. Nothing was going to happen.
We don't have anything on this kid.
We don't have enough.
We have all these videos, and the videos are showing what the kid said he did.
Yeah.
Hello,
right?
I said, "This is you chasing the guy with the gun." It's like, no, that's me. He's behind me. And they're looking at, and the FBI reports it. Yep, he was being chased. It's like, you had this for months. You're watching it.
Yeah, they already knew.
It's like
it was just funny how it was just all show. They had to keep a show going.
They try to keep and that show going.
They had no choice at that point.
You could tell that they were like paddling against a river. There was just no way. I mean, I would have had more respect for both of those attorneys if they just said, right in the middle of the trial, walked up to the judge. Can we, when all the attorneys go up to just approach the bench and go, and they look at the judge and go, look, we ain't got shit. Can we just go home?
I'm hungry. Nope, can't do that.
Please, come on. Just let us go home. This is embarrassing enough. It's on TV. Let's go home. I'll fake a seizure. Just
fake a seizure.
I'll fake a seizure.
Just let me
go up to the judge and say that. There's going to be a fake seizure coming up.
I'm feeling faint, so don't be surprised in about 5 minutes when you hear a thud.
Oh my goodness.
Now,
gracious.
what other cases have you listened to? Was that the biggest one recently?
That was the biggest one. The one right after that was about, I can't remember the defendant's name, that he had actually choked his wife to death in New Hampshire.
Ouch.
Yes, it was another murder trial. And that guy...
In New Hampshire, huh?
Yes. Wow. The murder took place in Londonderry about 2018, 2019, and apparently it happened while the kids were at home.
Oh, my God.
The guy was, I want to say he was a medical assistant, and he had a severe gambling problem. His wife was divorcing him, and he tried to say that she had an issue with drinking. Which and all of her friends and all of her family even verified that she didn't have a drinking problem. Yeah. But everybody else, he also tried to hire one of his friends to kill her.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So that was amazing. So I'm listening to the whole trial. I'm thinking it's like this guy's done. This guy's done. There's no way. The jury goes in I think they were there just to, they stretched it out so they can have lunch on the city.
Probably.
And then they came back, yeah, he's guilty. We got him on everything.
Right. They're like, yeah, we'll just, let's go have lunch, guys.
When serving
let's get a free lunch out of
Panera
this.
is coming in the big, huge thing.
The Panera.
It's probably, that's probably what it was.
They got Panera in the big thing because with all little sandwiches and
I
everything.
wouldn't be
I
surprised.
could just see the foreman who just got elected for this jury. He's going in and going, okay, quick poll. Everybody thinks we're going to hang this guy. Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
All right,
Perfect.
who wants the
okay.
turkey?
Now we keep our mouth shut, and who's ordering the chicken?
Now, can I just tell you, on rye, okay, no tomatoes, onions. So I was a 4-person. The last time I was on a jury, or the last time I shouldn't say the last time I jury duty, but there was one time I did jury duty, and I actually got called to be on the panel.
That must have been fun.
And I was the
Never
4-person.
been
I ended up the 4-person.
She was in charge.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. That's
That must have been a train wreck. No, I'm only kidding. It must
Of a jury.
I think it, and I want to say that they had somebody initially picked for the 4-person. I heard you. Don't worry.
I fucking love it. It's awesome.
This is great.
Wait, I can swear, right? We
course you can.
always ask this question.
But always on YouTube, I think it's the F word they get a little upset about.
Tough shit.
Okay, fuck them. Next. Keep
Exactly. But no, so the person that was a 4-person, they couldn't do it for whatever reason, so I was the next in line. I was like, and I actually didn't want to be the 4-person but then it was just like an easy peasy, and we ended up finding the guy not guilty, but I had to stand up and say, we the people of the jury find the defendant not guilty. That was kind of cool.
That is neat.
That was cool. I never, it's the only time I've ever been called to be on a panel or whatnot. But it was very, very interesting, and it's weird because most people don't get called. The majority of people you go in and they tell you to go home.
I've never been called in.
So
all the way.
Being called, it made me think of this whole jury duty thing on a different level because I was like, wow, this is like kind of
important
and it's surreal, and it's like, wow,
It's important.
it is important because typically you think it's not important because you don't get used, but then when you get called in, you're like, holy crap, my opinion, I'm part of this person's future right now. Mm-hmm. This person's future or future record or whatever it is, part of that is in my hands. And you don't realize how important even being called to sit, and even if you get sent home, how important that is. Mm-hmm. When you get actually called to be, a decision maker, and it was like it was a little stressful. I actually,
sure,
I hated it and I loved it all at the same time.
Oh yeah, I get the weight that's going to be on your shoulders.
Yeah,
I mean,
You better hope that guy was actually not guilty.
I'm sure that plays with you.
It was he was an out of state. What'd you say?
She gets a thank you card. Yeah,
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I'll see you later. Do the one
Wink.
wink. No, it was just some dude out of state on a business trip, and he
No names.
No names,
Oh, I don't even know what the
no
guy.
names.
I don't know what the guy's name is. It was freaking 20 years ago. But he
You barely
was up
remember
here,
me, so don't worry about it.
he was one of those guys. You have a business, then you go have a burger, and you might have a beer or two, and you go back to your hotel. And I think he swerved. It was a slight swerve. Even the cop said it wasn't like he wasn't driving recklessly, but the guy kind of did a slight swerve. And I'm like, okay, I've done that, and I haven't been drinking. It's like. So the guy fought it, and I'm like, good for him. I mean, it was something very minuscule. It wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't really even speeding. The guy, even the cop said he wasn't speeding. It was just a slight swerve. I'm like, and you pulled him over because you thought he was tanked. The guy had a full meal on his stomach, and he said he had like 1 or 2 beers, but he had been at the restaurant for like 2 or 3 hours.
He could have just burped.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Like
What if he sneezed and or changing the radio?
Oh, yeah.
So we deemed him on.
Did he pick up his phone? It could have been a texting situation.
No, it was before cell phones.
Was it before cell phones?
I do believe it was before cell phones.
Oh my God, that was a time.
Yeah,
love that was a time.
Yeah, you want to call your friends?
that?
There was such a thing as
Yeah.
a payphone. Remember those?
Yes, I love when I see those.
Payphones were
Look at that.
great.
I did. And
a payphone.
then you had to hope you had the dime or the quarter or whatever.
Then it got to the point where they started to change and there wasn't anywhere to put money in. You had to like.
You had to use you can actually
kind of
bill it to your
card.
house. You could, it
Like
was a
something
phone
like
card.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh man, no cell phones. I remember the first time we ever got email addresses.
Yeah.
I was in college, and I think it was like the end of college. We get this thing in our mailboxes all saying, there's an email address for you that you can check. And we're like,
I remember
what the
that.
hell's that? We don't care. So, and the only time you ever went over there was when you were in like a computer lab, so you could actually
Right.
check it. And there was never anything in it. It was
There
so
was nothing going on in
dumb.
a computer lab. People checking their emails. That was it.
And
That's all
within
they
a
were doing.
year,
Yeah.
within less a year, less than a year, AOL was up. And it was already
Oh,
made.
man. I remember that.
Dial up.
You've got
Always
mail.
You've got, and then there was AOL Instant Messenger, which was like people messaging each other local or whatever.
Oh, my God. That
and
was.
then came the chat rooms.
The chat rooms.
Oh
I'm gonna-
my
can I just-
God.
let me tell
I
you,
now
had
it's gone
friends all
crazy.
around the world. I had
I
friends
was-
in Pennsylvania,
Me too.
California.
Yeah.
One couple in France. I had one in
Yep.
Florida, Australia.
Yeah, me too. I had a
You get around,
Yeah, and I'm a slut.
tramp.
Yes, I'm an internet slut.
We were part of the mass chat room group. There was a whole group of us that actually went to parties and camping trips and stuff like that. I made a lot of friends, like right around here, clearly. But I mean, but chat rooms, oh my God, yeah,
I was
all
in
over the place.
I was in the twin mom group. I still have friends all over the world from that. I mean,
Yeah.
all, like from everywhere. I still
Yeah.
hear from them. Their kids are all like 20 now.
Yeah,
I was a moderator for that. I was one of the
Ooh,
moderators.
you were one of the moderators.
I was very involved.
That's a big deal.
That
That's why we all
is.
knew each
You
other.
can
The people
boot-
that were the moderators are the ones who were like the closest
and you can
friends.
boot people out of the room
Yeah,
if
you
they were.
did.
You're an
You
asshole.
had to talk to them about stuff.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, you're a dick.
You had
Goodbye.
to check the things. Oh, God, that was funny.
And then you had private chat rooms where only your friends could get in because it would be only.
They still kind of have
Or the
that.
private
They
chat
do?
rooms.
Yeah, the kids do like Instagram messages. It's a similar thing.
It's bullshit.
love Instagram,
That was
TikTok.
No.
I'm a social media whore.
no.
You
wait.
know she is.
I am.
I am not on TikTok. There is nothing funny about my videos because if I ever made a video, people would feel sorry for me. I am not kidding on that at all.
I love the videos. They make me laugh. I've actually
I
done
only
a couple
watch
of
them 'cause
duets.
she sends them to me.
I've done a couple of the duets with the other videos because they're that funny.
You did.
I mean,
know?
I only use Facebook I use Facebook as a newspaper for my family and friends, just so
That's
I know what the hell's
basically all
going on.
it is.
I
Yeah.
thought you said Spacebook, but that would be actually kind of an interesting.
Facebook?
Yeah,
No.
it sounds like you.
Faceplant?
Do you guys remember MySpace?
Yes, MySpace.
That
That's
was
what it was.
before Facebook.
That,
Wait,
yeah, it was.
that
Boy,
movie-
that crashed fast.
Remember that?
Yeah, the Facebook movie. They talk about MySpace in it.
There you go. Yeah,
I think my MySpace account is still there because I checked. Like
I haven't-
not that recently.
I still have.
Oh, my
You
God.
can't see it because of the way that it's
Yeah.
held up. It's like all the pieces are missing from the page.
Oh yeah, it's all broken.
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
all
like
gone.
it's still there. Isn't that weird?
They mentioned
on the dark web.
MySpace in the movie He's Just Not That Into You, and she's like, "Oh, MySpace is the new booty call," and I'm like, "It's not even that anymore." It's not even that. It's not even that.
It was there. Your line was irrelevant within like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's totally
Yeah.
irrelevant.
It's it's just done. It's been done. And I'm like, I remember hearing that in the movie, and I'm like, that's funny. That's funny. MySpace? What is that? You're talking about MySpace?
You know, it's
Oh, my
funny.
God,
It's
they
like-
have-
You know,
it's
by
like
the
a-
time they produced the thing and put it out in the movie theater, it's like a year later.
yeah.
You
Everything
can't be
changes.
relevant. It's pretty
No,
hard to be relevant
oh, yeah,
in
it
today's
crashed,
stage.
Yeah.
You
Oh, no
gotta-
kidding.
Put the movie together, then check recent times, and then change the whole movie because technology changed 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and then
you
3
wanna
weeks
try
before
to
that.
keep up when it comes out in the movie theater.
Oh, they're trying to. It ain't working.
It's
it
hard.
ain't
You
working.
can't. They make too many changes too quickly all the time, and then
The technology exponentially gets faster and better because I see it all the time.
And sometimes it doesn't. Have you ever worked with a copy machine?
what's a copy machine?
Do you know what I'm saying? A Xerox machine.
I know. I'm kidding. I know what it is.
But you
yeah,
know,
it's a big
but
ass
you've
boat
seen
anchor
them,
in
right?
the car. No,
Has anything really changed with them in the last 35
no,
years?
the paper still gets stuck.
yes.
You
PC
still
low
have to
letter?
call somebody else to fix the goddamn thing. You go to change the ink. It's a cartridge that you end up looking like Al Jolson when you're done.
That's right.
And you can't, no place to get rid of it.
Wait, what does PC load
It
letter
still
mean?
can't read. It still can't read what size you're putting into
No
the heater.
Shit.
Can't do
I
anything.
want the same size as the paper. Just button once. I want to hit one button and go. No, I don't want
I
to have
always
to program
say
this
that,
son of a
but
bitch.
when I'm over near our copy machine, I feel better about AI not taking over the world.
Oh yeah,
This is so stupid.
Yeah,
that's
I'm like, see, we're gonna make it.
yeah.
we'll be fine.
We'll make.
Actually, I did watch a movie last night that was on Apple TV. I know you probably don't have that. Do you have Apple TV?
No.
Do you have Apple TV? Okay. Well, anyway.
He nodded no for those of us who
No, I'm sorry.
Tom Hanks was in it. He was like, old, like really old. By the way, he's like really old.
No shit.
You don't have to be on top
75,
of
I
the
think.
microphone.
Yeah, but it's helping
Okay,
me because
April.
check my levels because I don't even know what the hell I am.
I can hear
You
you.
sound actually good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're the one who keeps coming in a little loud.
I can't hear myself any louder, honestly.
I can hear her
It's
perfectly.
okay. I'm monitoring you guys. You don't have to worry
I
about
know
it.
you are.
Really?
I am.
What's my blood pressure?
I don't want to talk about that on the air. It's kind of
I
scary.
never seen anything so low in my life.
A little scary. I'm surprised.
You ready to bottom out?
Okay.
And he's flatlined.
That's because you got up at 4 a.m.
Just look at my eyes. You're not going to
4
see
a.m.,
anything
your
but a
day is
test
almost
pattern.
Over. It's 12 o'clock now. It's time for the nap. The afternoon nap.
Oh my god.
get
Actually home for
my meds.
Don't joke. That'll be quick.
Has anybody seen my teeth?
Oh
Can you imagine when the teeth thing happens? Oh, God.
no.
God, no. I'm
Because my
gonna
grandmother
go.
had those.
I'm gonna go to the costume store and get them wax things in my face, and that's gonna be my teeth.
That's what you're going to wear.
I'm not even gonna. You know that? Do you see how much that shit costs?
It's expensive.
Yeah, and it's not
Christ,
covered by
a
any
car-
insurance.
A car grill is cheaper than the grill you have to put in your face. I swear.
Yeah.
It's
No, I
not-
believe
it's-
that. I believe
It's
that.
unbelievable.
I believe that.
Yeah, my sister has teeth that she's replaced because she never had two teeth. They never grew in, so she always had a bridge that was holding in, and it just always fell out. She was like, I got to get these finally installed. So she got one done a number of years ago. It's really expensive.
Yeah.
So she had to wait because she couldn't afford to do the other one for a really long time. And right now, she can't get it put in because it's in a lab somewhere, and they don't know when it's showing up
Oh my
because of
God.
COVID.
What, the teeth
Okay,
got COVID?
you had this like crippling hand thing going, which you said.
That's why everything is wrong.
I know.
Oh, yeah,
But it
COVID's-
was just
it's
priceless the way you
ruining
did it.
COVID.
It was perfect.
Yeah, so she's like, my mom was like, well, is there any time period on that? She's no, they've canceled it. Like, they've canceled my appointment like 5 times already. I
Oh
paid for the
my
thing.
God.
COVID
It's like,
apparently
she
is
doesn't even know where
crippling
it is.
everything.
They don't know where it is.
Well, we've been using it as an excuse for work.
Yeah.
You know, we can't find the units that we're getting ready to test. What happened? COVID. It's COVID. Everything's
Just
COVID.
disappeared.
How come Billy's not in? Well, he says he's home because he's got a cold. COVID.
Oh, he
No,
must
he's
have
got a
COVID.
cold.
Why does my coffee taste funny? COVID.
Yeah, it's COVID.
Why, you know,
How come the burgers look like shit today in the calf? COVID.
yeah. Why is this pen not writing the same way? COVID.
And my computer's slow. God damn it,
COVID.
COVID.
Do you have to?
Viruses everywhere. God
Do
damn
you
it.
have to wear your mask, Chris, every day or anything like that?
I have my area where I work is about the size of this room,
Oh,
Okay.
so I sit there alone.
that's nice.
Oh, so
And-
you're probably okay then at that point.
Yeah, I'm fine. So it's like I had to walk it. We don't have to wear masks anymore. 65% of the population in my company have already got a shot in the ass, so they're all set.
In the ass.
Well, they came in. They actually freaking they actually did a Marlon Parkins. They got a whole bunch of us. They had a bunch of nurses come in and get
yeah,
us
they did
all.
us too.
That was great.
I'm in a school, so it's
Oh,
it
you have
never ends.
Yeah, you have. You're getting shot. I'm surprised you don't. You got the mask. You got the shields. You got
We're all
everything.
separated.
I sent her this TikTok thing about this that guy that said, I just got my 79th booster shot. He's got one of those
looks like
face
fucking
filters
hell.
on. He's got one of those face filters on. He's like, but I'm okay. I'm just chilling here in the COVID camp. At least I don't have to work tomorrow. I haven't had a job in 16 years.
And he's got like patches of hair.
And he goes, he goes, Lord Fauci says we should be getting through this in the next 30 years, so just stay strong and whatever.
We'll make it.
I just got my 79th booster. He's got this.
Looks like the Joker from.
The smile was like ear to ear, the filter, and he's like, but that's okay. I haven't had a job in 16 years. I don't have to worry about
It's all good.
I live in a
Lord
dumpster.
Fauci. Lord Fauci.
Lord Fauci.
Lord Fauci.
We should be getting through this in the next 30 years. So
Oh
just,
man, I'm gonna create a meme when I go back to work tomorrow. Lord Fauci, he's gonna have a Darth Vader helmet on. The son of
I
a
was gonna say
bitch.
Darth Fauci. Let's just call him
Darth
that.
Fauci.
I don't want to go to the dark
Oh,
side.
Just put Darth in front of everything.
Get your shot. Don't worry about the third arm. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. COVID.
Biden, I am your father.
Yeah.
That was good. That might be the name of this episode, Biden, I Am Your Father.
Oh, jeez. This is going to be great. I'm waiting for the world to just look at everybody look at you and go, really?
I don't know if there's
Can we
enough
just
I don't
stop
think
this
there's enough
shit?
logical people for that, Chris.
I bet
I
you.
don't think
I
there
bet you there is because
think
I bet
the
you
people
there is.
because the people who are in charge of all this crap that's on the computer and all the media, I think their numbers are smaller because you got normal people who do not. Don't participate in all this baloney, this media stuff.
Yeah.
I think we outnumber them because eventually
you
it's going to
think
get to the.
so?
I think eventually it's going to get to the point where they're just everybody's going to look at each other. Because I've gone to bars, I've gone to talk to people at work, and they're all saying the same thing. It's like, this for real? You're gonna get your booster. You're gonna get your booster. How about you? You're gonna get your booster.
Work,
Well, look,
everyone's like, they're all on the board.
they're all on and they're like, you're gonna get your booster, and we're all going.
Everybody's on
no,
board.
no. And it's like,
Yeah, they're like
I
lemmings.
think we're outnumbering you now. It's like,
And
people
you know
are
what?
getting frustrated.
People are getting frustrated, and I kept saying to myself, should I do an episode on this whole vaccine and the COVID thing and really talk about
Now,
it? It
you
gets
know what?
relevant.
On YouTube, you really
It's better
can't.
when it's
And
fun.
that's the thing. So that's why I stay away from it, mainly because of all that stuff. And the other thing is it's not that I don't want to attract an argumentative crowd, but for me, that's
not the purpose of this podcast.
It's not the purpose.
No, it ain't.
Exactly. Like touching base like this in a funny way, that's different. But but speaking of like topics of episodes, and I think I mentioned to you, but I'm going to be doing more topic specific series next year. So we'll be,
Nice.
some things will be on the serious side, but we're going to add the comic relief to it as well. But like real topics, not just the whole freestyle. Not all the time, because I love those. Those come out so good.
I mean, what I like,
Our
what
clips are
I
great.
miss about all of this right now, with all the virus stuff and all the stuff that's going on now. I remember when we were talking about before we started this, we were talking about what it was like when we were kids.
Yes.
We didn't have to worry about stuff like this.
Nope.
I mean,
No.
I'm part of the generation where it's like, we used to go outside to play all the time. Watching TV or being on the computer didn't exist.
Nope.
No.
It did not exist.
We were pre-computers. I think our generation personally is one of the, and I don't mean best because I think we're better
think
than
we're one of the last good ones.
But we're
because
responsible for the problems of today because of the people we raised.
we were
Our
here.
kids are.
I'm
yeah.
totally telling you that's
Yeah.
why. It's our
Oh, yeah.
fault.
But we're the generation who is pre-technology. We saw the birth of technology, and now that's why we're able to adapt into it better than any generations before us. But I'm glad that we're not born into the age of technology because
They call that a digital native.
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
We are
really?
digital immigrants.
Case in point,
Do you have your papers?
There's a paper written
yeah.
on the whole thing.
They don't teach like certain things in schools anymore. They
Don't call the ITNS
don't.
on us. I don't have my papers.
It's just so different now than when we were kids. I think.
Oh, yeah.
We're one of where we know how to survive if there was no technology.
And
basically.
the generations that are new and that are
Don't know
younger
how
than
to do
us
that.
cannot cope
They're in
without it.
trouble when the electricity and the power of the world
Oh yeah,
really goes
Yes.
out.
or they lose their phone. They actually have a
that's just
panic
minimal.
attack.
They
thing,
do.
yes,
They
but
lose
yes.
their shit. They lose all control of their lives because their technology is what controls them.
I mean,
At
not
least
for anything. I like having conversations with younger kids. We have
sure.
younger people at work
Of course.
because it's like, all right, and now since they're coming to me because I'm the old fart in the department, they'll come and they're talking to me. And it's like, so you wanted to go? It's like, all right, you got to sell an argument. You wanted to go out, hang out with your friends, and how the hell did you do it? I said, okay, get up in the morning, got dressed, had our Captain Crunch.
Left the house.
Screwed. We took off, man. We got on our bikes. I went over to Greg's house. I'm knocking on his door. Come on, let's go. We're going out. We're gonna go fishing with Kenny and Tom or whatever, and we'll take.
Yeah.
We would blow out, and that's how we did it. So, well, did you use phones? I said because they're saying they still like the same movies we like.
Yeah,
they
they
still
do.
like Ferris Bueller.
Yep.
Or and they're
Yeah.
looking at it and they're going. Why is he using that phone? Why didn't you just because those cell phones didn't exist back then? We didn't have any of them, so we had to make
Exactly.
what we had work.
Yeah, we hardly even called each other because it was a pain to
And-
call.
and-
Yeah, we just showed up and went.
Something that you had mentioned because it's kind of, Well, I don't know if you actually mentioned it completely, but my thought process is these kids today only have this because of us and generations before us.
Oh, no, it was definitely us. It's our fault.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you said. Our fault. You're only able to live this way because of it. So yes, we did create that.
That's not even what I mean. I don't mean that we created the products or
we created the issues.
It was our generation and generations before that have been working and creating new things.
Generation X raised their kids a certain way.
Oh, of course,
has created the issue today.
That's right.
So
I totally agree with you.
We were so afraid to be strict with our kids because our parents were actually, they were like hippies, but then they kind of fixed it up, and we were
as we got older, yeah,
right. But then we got really kind of like, oh, we got to be there for them. We can't let them be, alone. We give them too much. We're like, give, right?
Yep,
right.
Yep.
But on top of that, what I'm saying on top of that, not that side of it, I'm talking about the physical.
Oh no, that too. But
it's like there's two sides to that.
And then we were all like,
absolutely,
not raising our kids in a way that made them.
They made it so that
I think you're right. You're right there.
Yeah,
you are definitely right because
made them like they have no coping strategies. They can't figure out what to do. They can't problem.
The thing was, we were trying to do what our parents did for us. Our parents tried to give us as much as they possibly could. Now, our parents
didn't have a lot to give, though.
But they did not have a lot to give,
exactly.
so we were made to fend for ourselves.
Right,
when there was a lot of things, when a lot of things started hitting, technology started to grow. Now we have things to give the kids, and we're trying to get them to. It's like we know what we went through.
I mean, we're broke. We have every loan on the planet. Our generation's the loan generation.
Oh, yeah, we're screwed.
We're like all in debt. But like we would take out those loans and those debts so we could give these kids more.
Exactly.
Which our parents didn't do.
So they didn't have to worry about.
We're done. That's all you got.
Yeah, and we didn't want them to go through the same not having that we didn't have.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And now that we gave them so much to the point where they expect it.
But
they expect to be at that level. It's like, okay, we overcompensated, and now we have to you try to hold them back and say, well, I can't do this, and I'm going into school, and I want to do that. I want to have this major, and it's like, okay, how about this?
What are you going to do with that?
What are you going to do? What are you going to do with a degree in, I don't know, philosophy? What are you going to do with that degree?
And they tell you they want a degree in that, and you're like, okay, so what are you going to do with? Be honest. Tell me what you want to. They're like, oh, I don't care if I do anything with it. Whoa! Why are you getting loans to do that then?
Yeah,
because now you got these poor kids that are on the hook for this money.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And
I look at.
I mean,
they don't care. They'll just keep putting them on the hook.
I mean, you look at it right now. I was talking to one of my buddies, and we were talking about the trades. One of my neighbors.
That's where I work, at trade school.
God bless you. You're a saint.
I'm a special education teacher.
God bless you, because right now trade schools are getting hard to find.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, in Massachusetts, we have a good system.
Yeah, I went to the vocational school in Lawrence.
I know you. Well, there you go.
I went to the Voc. I don't have a degree, and I am making good money.
Just have to be electronic.
You don't need a degree to make good money.
That was my major.
Yeah, we have that.
Yeah. That's the other thing that people don't realize. You don't have to have a fancy education or a fancy degree to make good money. And I always thought the same thing.
That's true.
Trades are the way to go in a lot of ways.
Oh, some people aren't college people anyway.
And that's what I think. That's why I think the guidance counselors and all these schools I think they actually sabotage the kids unknowingly because everything that they were pushing, they want to get these kids to go to school, go to college.
Yeah, but if you go to a traditional high school, then what are you going to do anyway?
No, I'm just saying, well, if a guidance counselor say, okay, look, this is what you're good at. You can, as far as in some high schools, regular public high schools, not like the vocational school, you went to a high school, they would have little classes on the side. They would have a carpentry class.
CTs.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So they have that. So, or in my school, my case, we actually picked a trade, and we were in that class for 2 years,
That's
and
what
then we went
to
to
Whittier.
our co-op.
It's actually 3 years.
Oh, now it's 3 years, but I mean,
they start actually halfway through freshman year now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so we picked ours.
COVID took away. Think how little they learned.
No kidding, they got nothing. So when I graduated from the Voc, that was in '85.
Long time ago.
Okay. Yeah. I know, I'm dust. Anyway.
It's okay, Chris.
But what they did was our guidance counselors were like, okay, what do you want to do? This is what you're doing in class right now. This is how your classes are. Do you see yourself going to college?
Yep, that's what we say.
I
Same
said,
thing now.
Do you
so.
say, if they say
Nope.
no, okay, now what do you want to do?
Right.
And how do we get these kids into that direction where they actually want to go into? And it's going to be feasible for them.
And they'll thrive.
And you tell them, it's like, okay, you want to be a plumber. You don't have to go to college. You don't need to get $150,000 in loans. You can do this. We'll send you to this trade school. How about this? Check them out, and then
that's
work
what
as an apprentice.
In traditional high schools, but they don't.
No,
now
they don't.
they're not doing that.
Yeah.
They're trying to get all these kids to go into college.
We immediately, like kids in plumbing, and they say they want to be a plumber. We're like, great.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be at
Right.
But the conventional high schools are
They never
shipping
did
all
that.
these kids into
Yep.
college. And like you said, what are you going to do with a philosophy degree? You want to be a barista at,
You can give
Starbucks?
out a lot of good quotes and stuff while you're
I can
That's
do that.
great.
By, Google helps me do that, and I don't need.
I know, good point,
I'm fine with
right?
it.
They get that degree, and the kids graduate, and they're still living. The parents are still supporting them because
Yep.
the kids cannot get a decent job.
Well, because they
And
don't,
it's horrible.
and they also don't want. They've like can program themselves to believe that they don't want to be in any of those trade type jobs. Like it's not okay.
That's because I think what the
believe-
guidance
they think
counselors
it
have been
makes them look stupid or something.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
they
did
think-
you ever see? Did you probably even seen this poster at school where it says, "Work smart or work hard"? The work smart guy has got a college degree and he's wearing a college gown and a diploma, and the work hard guy is dirty. He's got
Yes.
That is the comparison they're showing these kids, and that is wrong.
And I was just going to say
Totally wrong.
That's a
that these kids think
180 degree.
yes,
out of whack
they think
than
getting
what
a
it
suit
is.
job is more important and smarter than getting the trade job. And like you said, that's exactly what
It's
it is.
communities too. So like if you're in
Yeah.
the white suburbs, like certain
Yeah.
towns around here, you would not go to trades. You'd have to be a massive townie and be only hanging around with certain people to be okay with that.
Right, and
Or
that's
your father already owned the business.
right, and that's falling again on the parents because they also bought into this belief.
Of course they did.
But then you talk to those guys who live in those uppity up neighborhoods. How many of those guys are actually college graduates?
Some of them aren't. A lot of them
A
aren't.
lot of them are,
They learn things on their own outside of school.
and some of them are roofers. They own plumbing companies.
Yes.
They're electricians. They're carpenters, and they all have.
Well, you
those
can be in
houses.
tech too. You can learn computers and all that other stuff without
Right.
going to college.
Right.
You can be a salesperson without going to college.
Right.
There's a lot of things.
So
you
a
can
lot
do.
of those people,
I know.
you honestly think
But
every
people
one of
don't
those
get it.
guys? You think all those parents over there have PhDs? Oh hell no!
I don't understand how people don't get it. It's
They-
it's
They
it's
don't, though.
obvious, and that's a funny. I know it's funny because a lot of people don't get the obvious. I will
know.
never understand that. I will never understand how can you not understand the
It really
obvious,
has
but they
to do
don't.
with who you are and how motivated you are and stuff.
Exactly.
If you're
We
gonna-
didn't
if you're
have-
gonna bust your
mindset,
ass, you'll
and
get
that
there.
and that goes back to our generation. We
Yeah.
were motivated because we also knew that we were going to make our own lives. That's the way we were brought up. We are going to make our own
But then
lives.
it
Our
kinda
parents are
stops
not going to do it
somewhere
for
along
us.
the way. I keep telling mine they're going to make their own lives, but they're fighting hard, man.
Of course they are, because it scares them.
They're
because
fighting hard.
They're still kids. That's why they,
yeah,
you know, at the
they're
same.
kids.
But you're doing the right thing. This is, that's why I didn't multiply. I just can't deal with that stress.
You weren't good with math.
Yeah,
True.
she does say that a lot. She does.
Speaking
she
of
mentions
math,
this quite a bit.
This is a funny thing right? So the funny thing is when I took the real estate course, there's math involved.
Uh-oh.
And I realized how stupid I could be. And especially, I love that look you're giving me.
You crack me up. I'm so bad at math too.
But the
I'm
funny
even tutoring it to someone right now, and I have to teach it to myself before I go over there and
She's
help
just-
her.
she's looking
Well,
at
that
the
new
student.
math kind of sucks.
She's
It's
looking
not
at.
new math. It's just regular algebra. I'm in high school. Remember?
Oh yeah, that.
Oh, that's right.
older
Oh, yeah,
people.
yeah. Oh, that's right. You get older people.
They don't do new math there. They just do math.
They just say, here, do it.
Yes.
when
Figure it out,
when
okay.
I was kind of getting my little refresher course in the book and everything, and so I had my father's brother, my Uncle Peter. Mm-hmm. He used to help me with my math, and he would always tell me, he's like, April, you know how to do this. It's just my mind sometimes goes so damn fast.
Yeah,
Well, I
make
talk a
mistakes.
million miles a minute. I make careless mistakes. I would put 2 and 2, and I'd have 4 in my head, but I'd write down 5, and then don't double check my work.
Yep.
I did that exact same situation when I was doing the fractions, whatever. I was doing something, and I'm like, and I had them. I'm like, yep, 6. I wrote down the wrong number. So I called my Uncle Peter the next day. I said, you're going to laugh. I said, you remember back when I was in like 7th and 8th grade and all that? And I said, you used to tell me to not rush my math problems. He's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm still doing it at 49. Thank you so much. Mic drop. He goes, what are you talking about? And I told him I was taking the course, and I said I'm doing these math, and I had his voice in the back of my head, and I still made the standard classic April mistake with math. But needless to say, yeah, there's some math with that, but, you know, if you just slow it down and you think about the problem, I can get it, but it is not my strong suit.
You can learn anything.
But when you were talking about the new math in grammar school, you know what they don't teach in grammar school anymore? They don't teach penmanship. So yeah.
No.
So this was. I'm not going to mention any names, but a person I recently spoke to, he was talking about his son. I think he got a job or something, and he had to put his signature. And he's like, I don't know how to write my signature. They don't teach him how to sign their name.
Mm-hmm. No, but like all my friends.
Not that he's stupid or anything. It's not that he's dumb kid. They don't teach them cursive penmanship.
And then if you listen to Chuck, though, he'll tell you it doesn't matter because you're not going to need it at all in the future.
Yeah, so
I guess that's true in some ways. It's going to get to the point where think about it. If you do a signature, do you really need to know cursive to do a signature? What do people's signatures look like?
I don't.
Chicken scratch?
No, that's true.
They're individual to your crazy whatever way you like.
Yeah.
You mark it up, right? But it doesn't always really look like penmanship.
But I'm talking about the penmanship. I'm specifically referring to penmanship.
Penmanship, like if they were to read something that was cursive, they couldn't read it.
They can't.
Yeah, because they're like.
But how much cursive is written anymore now?
Well, it depends on what you're doing with it.
Historical documents, maybe. That's about it.
Yeah, but if you wanted to read them,
right? But if you didn't care about that. And
there's probably let's read the document, the Declaration of Independence. What is this when they're looking at it?
Somewhere.
When they're looking at it at the museum and they're going, "What's this?" Well, that looks pretty.
Know what it looks like.
They know what it looks like. Yeah, but can you read it?
They can read it online. It's actually written out in print.
Right, but he's talking about the actual.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But that's true.
There's always a way to read it. We get that. Yeah.
But the thing is, too, you're also getting into something that's a little tricky too. Yeah, they'll print it out now. You can actually get the print document. Mm-hmm. If you read the print document, and it's not exactly like what that was written, who changed this?
Well, it could be changed, but it isn't.
And they wouldn't know it. I'm just saying, they wouldn't know it was changed.
Right. Oh, yeah. If you twist the words around,
not everyone is created equal. It says right here. Wait a minute. No, that's what it says on top.
Right.
Right there.
That's the original
by hand
wording.
And you look at it, go, well, I can't read that. Well, this is wrong. I mean, just for or somebody's will.
Yeah.
It's like, my uncle left me.
Like that in a long time.
Huh?
They haven't done wills like that in a long time. I was in law.
Right. So they print
like
it.
40 years ago, we were still typing out printing.
But I mean, even probably still, it's like on my will, which I still have one, which I have to update. Good God.
We all keep saying that, and it doesn't happen.
I have to, because I'm going to leave it all to the name as PCA if I don't. So I'm going to piss off everybody.
You should totally do that.
But I screw everybody in my family that way. They'll come and take the house. It's like, that's ours.
I'm his favorite.
Yeah, see? So, but I mean, it's
Aren't
like I put my
favorite.
Yes,
that's what I thought.
She's everybody's favorite.
I know that.
But I mean, if on the bottom of that, I actually had to sign it with my signature to prove that I did this, not you signed it for me. That's the thing. I think kids should actually. I don't think they should have to know how to do it. Just read it. As long as you can actually read it and actually
I
just
don't
understand
think it's a bad thing to know either, but I do think that there's a lot of arguments against it at this point because who knows what will happen.
Oh, that's true. I totally see your side. But I mean, they should understand how to read it.
When the power all goes out, Chris, and there's nothing left, you're going to have to write with your hand.
Yeah, it wasn't going to look like a 6-year-old wrote it with a crayon.
Well, no, they all do write like that way.
Yeah, it's going to look like a 6-year-old with a crayon.
It does.
But you know what? If you're writing it, it's still your signature, whether it's printed or.
Some people still sign with an X.
Yeah, because they never learned how to write. They're illiterate.
Really?
But it's legal.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, I don't think I knew that. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like my signature is not my whole name. Christopher, blah, 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 blah. I don't write that. Now my signature
is like an S and a bunch of scribbles.
Mine's April the Destroyer.
Oh, that's a good one.
You really want to have fun this Christmas? You get any more of those freaking packages delivered and you have to sign for them? Write Santa Claus.
Oh.
How about
it's a Christmas gift, Santa.
How about
that
Mrs.
would be
Claus?
Cute for the people back at FedEx or UPS that get that as the thing where it says it was signed.
Mrs. Claus. I'll
They'll
put
crack
Mrs.
up.
Claus. Wishful thinking. At least in my fake world, I could be married.
Just call yourself. You should be Ms. Claus because it's so much more up to date.
Ms. Claus.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just going to put clause. Screw the suffix.
Claus.
Prefix.
The Claus.
The April.
The
Oh wait,
April.
you could change the gender. You could be they.
She, her,
Just no, it's they.
they.
Yeah, just non-binary.
There you go.
Binary. Santa
Non-binary.
Claus. Santa
Them,
Claus.
they.
Santa Claus could go either way if you just said Santa Claus. Does it really? Why
Just
is
Claus.
it male or female?
That's what I'm saying. Just put clause.
Right. No, but Santa doesn't even represent like male anything. The name.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It could
It
go
does
either
not.
way.
You know, that's a
Gender
that is
neutral.
a whole theory we can just blow up. That's like a
gender
Pandora's
neutral.
box conversation. So that was the noise, that weird noise, and then nothing. Anyway, I hope you liked what you heard. We had a lot of fun that day. The three of us will be back together for another episode down the road. Looking forward to all of the new adventures this year. April has a very, very busy year, and it's not just the podcast. There are a lot of other things on my plate. Some unexpected, but nothing I can't handle. So, again, Happy New Year, you guys. Email me anytime, april@thelilypadpodcast.com or thelilypadpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining. And we'll be seeing you on the Lily Pad.
I write to you in poetry with words left on the shelf. Full of dust, you'll know it's me and from nobody else. Grab your seat at the fantasy parade. What I see is all inside my head. I come to you and hopefully I can contain myself. Pulsing blood that flows through me and wants nobody else. See through me and all of my charades. I am not any less afraid. Am I hanging on too tight? Baby, you're my light. Am I hanging on too tight? Baby, you're my light. I never wanna fall away or lose my sight. Am I hanging on too tight? For me, it's just the thought of you that sets it right. Baby, you're my light. I never wanna fall away or lose my sight. Am I hanging on too tight? For me, it's just the thought of you that sets it right. Baby, you're my light.